This is our first time live on YouTube.
It is. Last time we did do a recording, and I'm going to click recording as well. So we've got it.
Just while he's doing that, ladies and gentlemen, if you are live, give us a comment in the chat. I am giving away Bitcoin Cash today throughout the live stream. So if you would like to get some Bitcoin Cash, I'll be dropping a cash range shortly. So make your presence known. And it's probably me on my my other YouTube account that's coming up. But yeah. So how many we got in the chat here? We've got. All right. So I'm gonna open up my cash rain so we can get ready for raining some Bitcoin Cash, and I'll do a Twitter post as well. So I've got to remember how to do this again. Cash rain. I'll go into my bookmarks, BCH sites, cash rain, and I'll go, yep, okay. All right, so I should be able to start a new cash rain.
Wait, let me record. That's all right. We'll do it live.
Yeah, just do it live. So while I'm getting this set up, did you want to discuss what you hope to talk about today?
Yeah, sounds good. Maybe I'll just introduce everyone. Thanks for joining in. If you're listening, I'm Duncanomics, or Duncan is fine. And I'm joined with Jason, Bitcoin Jason today. We're calling this Tech Freely episode 3. I've done episode 1. It was just by myself. I've done another one with Jason, and today we just want to do another one. I thought we would call this one Spendable Digital Cash, is what I said to Jason earlier today. Because as a little bit moving on, building on what we talked about last episode, Bitcoin Cash is really different to a lot of other cryptocurrencies because it's really trying to be useful and have utility. And I just wanted to draw on that a little bit, keep it real casual today. I've got some news that I wanted to tell Jason regarding Townsville. Just thought we'd talk really about that. One of the things, I suppose, this is probably what I want to draw on, Jason, is I've heard a lot of comments. As we spoke about last time, we were talking about how Bitcoin is the predominant coin. It's what everyone knows about, but surprisingly, you and I have both discovered that it's not very useful. You go to spend it at a shop, and you might pay $1 or something like that in transaction fees. Not too bad if you're buying a house, but not for a cup of coffee. And the transaction can take days, weeks, sometimes to go through. So not really useful. So we were talking about how transactions are quite important. Maybe I may have mentioned that store of value, when you're talking about a currency, is drawn from its medium of exchange. That's a little bit nerdy talk, but it's really just about that money lets you transfer value easily. That's the use of it. And I guess when someone hears that, they might say, well, there's all these other cryptocurrencies that can have real high transaction throughput as well. Bitcoin Cash isn't the only one that can do that. And to a point, I suppose, I think they're correct. I guess I would encourage anyone, if if there is another cryptocurrency and they're finding it useful, they can use it in their town. You know, it's not terrible to do that. But when I say like Bitcoin being a good medium of exchange, it doesn't just mean that the cryptocurrency can handle a high transaction throughput. You know, there's like XRP, which is Ripple, and there's BSV is another one. Both of those cryptocurrencies, and there's heaps nowadays. They'll claim that there's high throughput, but one of the things that I found in the Bitcoin Cash community and to be really good at is going out there and meeting with business owners and entrepreneurs and really selling this cryptocurrency. And, you know, Townsville is a classic example where I'd imagine being in Townsville, like you're a good example, Jason, you enjoy cryptocurrency, but I'd imagine it would be really easy for a cryptocurrency noob or someone that's just not really into cryptocurrency. It's not like they don't have to go really out of their way to spend it. Now, I'm not obviously not everyone in Townsville accepts it, but it's a little bit more normalized, perhaps.
For the last 5 years, there's been a number of businesses that have put their money where their mouth is and funded. One in particular, Code Valley, who basically works on Bitcoin Cash with a new. I can't say much because I've got non-disclosure, but this would industrialize software on an industrial level, so software making. And so they've used Bitcoin Cash as a way of paying its members and of developers that are part of this group. Okay. So they've spent a lot of money. I'm talking in the millions of dollars. And because there's more than one company here that use Bitcoin Cash, stuff that are paid in Bitcoin Cash, it is merchants have see people using it more. And so they've worked very, very hard to build an ecosystem, which now I myself and I've tried to help extend that. We've gone from like 47 merchants to over 230, 40 merchants. It fluctuates because you win some, you lose some. But it is easier for people coming into Townsville to use Bitcoin Cash because it is an easy to use, user-friendly currency, and I think it can be replicated throughout the world, Australia, not just Australia, but throughout the world. But it just takes a business starting it, and then a community. It grows from communities outwards. So just because Townsville's got a high rate of merchant adoption and retail adoption doesn't mean that it's just isolated to just Townsville. You go to Argentina or any of those countries, even St. Kitts, and it can be easily done. It just takes one person to be really keen to have a good go at it. Like Roger Ver. I'm Australian, so I don't quite know how to pronounce his name, but he started it with his business. And he's known as Bitcoin Jesus. He prefers to be known as Johnny Appleseed of Bitcoin, but he's known as Bitcoin Jesus because he was the one of the first OGs to start using it in his business. And we have a follower here. We got a subscriber here, 6 to 12K, Bitcoin bottom, rebuild trust. I don't know what that means. And we got my friend here, Consume Mizumir. I don't know how to pronounce that. Guys, I'm about to drop a cash rain. So you can you can get some Bitcoin Cash for free. Back to you. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, that's all right. That's what we want, just a casual conversation. Yeah. Just wanted to, I guess, know the feel of what it's like in Townsville. Because I have just recently booked the ferry. So I've got a caravan and I'm in Tasmania, for those that don't know, down at the bottom of Australia. So There's the Bass Strait in between, a bit of the ocean in between the rest of Australia and Tasmania. Oh, what was that? What do you got there?
I just sent $15.69, which is basically $10 US in a cash range. So there's $10 up for grabs. Maximum 100 people can do it, and then I might even do a cash box, which is I'll show you. I don't know if I can share my screen. Can I?
You should be able to. I don't know much about cash rain. I'm interested.
Yeah. Well,
So
cash
you're probably the
rain
expert.
cash rain is great to reward your it's good to reward your people that follow you, subscribe to you, and that with like giveaways, and like pay them to, they come on your show and they watch this episode and they, Bitcoin Jason or, drops a cash box and then they get rewarded for watching, it's sort of like a cross participation. And the side effect of that is because guys like me, yourself, we're generous with our crypto, that it becomes like a reciprocal benefit, because those people following you and watching you and getting occasionally getting the Bitcoin Cash, they're more likely to share your content and repost and loyal subscribers. So I'll just do that now, and I'll put in the chat the cash rain. So what happens is if you're already subscribed to me, if you're already a follower and stuff like that, and you've got your own cash rain account, you automatically get things dropped to you, airdropped. Bitcoin Cash is airdrops, and so the way it works, if you're a subscriber, you got one ticket into the draw. If you subscribe and repost, that's 2 tickets in a draw, and then you comment, and then so the more that you do, the more tickets in the draw you have to get some Bitcoin Cash.
Are you saying is that integration with YouTube or that is it?
Yeah,
separate?
it integrates. Yeah, so I mainly have it integrated with X, or formerly known as Twitter, but you can do it to YouTube, Instagram. I'll just bring it up. I share my screen.
So you said comment. So if they comment in a YouTube channel, that's like a vote, or
so this is cash rain here. So I've got my channel, Bitcoin Jason.
Yeah.
You can see that I've dropped about just under 350 USD of Bitcoin Cash. So it's 2.9 BCH. And so this is the cash rain. So what happens is when people click on that, I'll go to an active one. So you go active cash rains, and there's me, Bitcoin Cash TV. He's a good bloke. So I'll click on him. Then he's got an active cash rain. And this is what you can't do with these other cryptocurrencies, mate. So he's got promotion going on. So if I go like and retweet.
All right. Okay, I see.
Yeah. So
it does. It rewards me.
Yeah. And then I like the quote. So.
I can only see cash rain on your screen at the moment. Are you sharing Twitter?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Okay. All right.
I can't see it.
I need to share my whole chat.
The whole thing.
Yeah.
Don't you love it? Technology.
Yeah. Stop sharing. Share again, and I'll just go whole screen, entire screen, window. I'll go window. Share. No, will it let me share? Here we go. Hey, well, we got blessings and congratulations from France. Belgium.
Cool.
So, okay, here we go. So I'm sharing my screen now. I'm just going. So you saw what I did here. I've just gone to X here, and I go, I love this channel. Right. Good work. Right. Post. Right. So now I've come in, I go back to my cash rain, and I said I've already liked and retweeted. I go, yep. Now he's gave away this total cash rain is about $4. All right. So here's the last one that he's done. Jackpot was 50 cents, and then it was like 12 cents afterwards. So
what does that mean? Sorry.
So yeah, okay. So first ticket in the draw is if you follow them on Cash Rain. Your second ticket in the draw is if you follow them on X, formerly known as Twitter. If you subscribe to them on YouTube, on Discord, and on Telegram. So you can choose, you can add different channels in there for following. So if I go to me, so that's a cash box. So that's like a treasure chest. So what happens is I might put like $100 in there, and I might say 10 people's got a chance to win $100.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yep.
Or a share of that $100. You know what I mean? So I've got Discord, which I'm not actually using, and I've got Twitch, which I'm not actually using. I need to get more familiar with those channels to do it. But I've got my YouTube and my X and on Cash Rain. So, and my minimum is like 0.5 of a BCH that I sort of give away. You know what I mean? So, So what I'll do. So what I do is I'll put I'll refer a friend. So I'll put this in the chat, copy, and I'll put it. Oh, hang on, not in that chat. I've got to go into YouTube. So I go to the other YouTube, and I go to my profile. I'll put in the chat. Okay, so that's where you can create an account. So once you've created your profile on Cash Rain, that enables you to participate in Cash Rain events. Like say, we're watching Tech Freely and you want to have a chance of getting an airdrop of Bitcoin Cash, you can get that and rewarded for your support of the channel. And then you might want to use it for your business. You might have like a car mechanics shop, or you might have a grocery store, or you might have a tech repair company, a computer repair shop. You can use this to boost your reach organically without paying for bots, which most people do. They get bot comments and stuff. So
cool. Looks good. Well, I was talking about news before. I was talking about a caravan in the Bass Strait. Maybe I'll just finish that off.
Finish that off.
So I've booked the ferry, and I'm taking my family around Australia next year. So I leave on February, and I'll come up to Townsville. I'm really looking forward to actually being in Bitcoin Cash City. So
nice.
That was definitely on one of the on my bucket list to get up there. It's so far away. I can't believe how much higher it is than Brisbane. You're isolated out there, aren't you?
But we are.
it'd just be awesome to see people face to face, and not always doing this. It is magic internet money, as they say, BCH. But to actually go to bricks and mortars, I'm really looking forward to that part. Sorry, I cut you off there.
No, you're good. Yeah, so well, let me know when you come up, and I'll take you around. We've got 2 helicopter companies. So if you want to go for a flight around, probably should stop sharing my screen now. So if you want to go flying around, see the Great Barrier Reef, Magnetic Island, Townsville from the air, you might even see a massive green bee that's on top of a water. Yeah. So that's where some servers are that do a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, we got Townsville Helicopters. They've been with us for years now, and I love their big black helicopter. I don't know if you remember Airwolf. Back in I think it was the 80s, 90s. Airwolf.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's like it's a TV show. Absolutely love that helicopter. I used to draw that helicopter all the time when I was at school. Anyway, they've got a black helicopter that looks like Airwolf without the guns. So,
shame.
Yeah, it cost me 2 BCH to fly it, to get fly it myself. Okay. Yeah, it cost me 2 BCH, and the same amount of money also for gym membership for the year. So, so whatever.
How many merchants do you reckon there are that? How many businesses that accept Bitcoin Cash there?
Okay, yeah, I can.
You can tell me.
Yeah, it's,
how do you check?
247. But I just see what's on the list. Awesome. I just give you an overview. So it's 270 in our region. But if I just go to where we live, all right. So if I share my screen, share my screen again, and I'll just go this one here. So this is the area that where I live. 231 in our location. Up there is a carpenter and different things. So Graham Building Services. He's actually a really good builder, and so he lives up that way, and he accepts Bitcoin Cash. We've also towing. Actually, I've got another towing company on board as well. So we've got not just that one, but we've got another one too. But we've got heaps of places where you can go.
That's so cool.
We are a bit spread out with our merchants, unlike St. Kitts where it's all localized together. That was one of the things. But Townsville Water Sports, Luke and they're great guys. I went jet skiing with them a few months back. Fully qualified. You just hire out. You can either go out for a tour, and that you can go out on a tour with them and see the sights, or you can just get the jet ski out. I don't know if you've seen the video that we've done, the mega meetup that we had. So on the Strand here.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
I mean, I
rock,
imagine
paper, scissors. We've got the rock, paper, scissors. Oh, what's that doubled up? The treehouse, that's actually accommodation. So we've got accommodation. That one's more of an Airbnb type setup, where the Oasis Townsville is a massive motel. I Oasis Inn, ice creamery. So there's lots of places there.
when I'm there, I just imagine that like everything will be BCH. If I can, I'll just be visiting. Like if there's grocery shopping, and if there's one place that takes BCH, I'll be going there, because it just makes sense for someone that believes in crypto and what it's going to do for freedom. I just that my wife would be with me. I just say, look, we're going bankless while we're there, to support these.
Yeah, well, you can definitely do that. So here's a place where you can get organic fruit and vegetables. You can go there and do shopping there.
Oh, cool.
That's one place you can do your grocery shopping. Yeah. We also have Warina up here. I'm just trying to Bayswater Road.
I do have one question for you, because down here where I am, I have tried quite a lot of onboarding people, and I've done a few, but not much. I'd love to do like a coffee shop or a cafe or something like that. I've run a few workshops, and I think they went well. There's a lot of support. Maybe some of the reluctancy is we're very small townish here. I'm in the country. I've had a few people talk about like just sort of scared to take the risk, I suppose. And one of the things I've heard you say in a few videos is that you underwrite businesses. And from what I understand, that means that you basically you purchase all the BCH from the business if they have a meetup or something like that. I'm really interested to hear about that.
So there are some people that don't get the why. They don't understand it. Maybe it's all like foreign, because I don't have my gold and silver with me right now, but we understand gold and we understand silver and we understand fiat currency, but for some reason people don't understand Bitcoin Cash or crypto. For some reason it's the thing about money just gets lost. About that limited edition, only 21 million coins. How to use it. They still think of things as bank accounts and fiat currency. They still think in those terms. And so while you're on the process of teaching the why, you need engagement, right? You need a place. So this is what I did, and I'm not an expert, but this is how I got going on the Gold Coast. Is there were these Bitcoin meetups, BTC, in these crypto meetups, but no one was spending crypto there. No one was using it. And I just remembered back when my first meetup that I went to in cryptocurrency was a Bitcoin Cash meetup that was held at the Australian Hotel in Townsville, and they are still one of our merchants. Now, I didn't onboard them. The guys from Code Valley and stuff like that, they've onboarded them. And so what happened is they were having this meetup, and Aptizio, which is another company that builds applications on Bitcoin Cash, they had this candy machine, right? That was plugged into a PowerPoint and it hooks up to Wi-Fi and that. And for like 10 cents, I could scan the QR code, which was paper, right? Hold out my hand, and I get some Bitcoin Cash M&M type candy. And I was like floored, because you weren't able to do that with BTC anymore.
Yep.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear.
Oh, okay. I must be getting lag. Yeah, so you couldn't do that with BTC anymore. And I was like, yes, this is what Bitcoin is. And so from that moment, all this fear and propaganda about BCH, Bitcoin Cash being, excuse the French, a shit coin, right, was totally out the window because I believed all these lies that was put on the BTC side, not realizing that I was duped into thinking that BTC was still what it claimed to be. Just today, you had Max Kaiser on the Alex Jones show, InfoWars, talking about Bitcoin and how it's going to be money for the world and it's the way to beat the banks. Yet you have to use a Lightning network to even do what I need to do. Like I read in Reddit, Bitcoin. This guy got tipped some Lightning, right? And he goes, thanks, that's enough for me to open up a channel. And I thought, this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous because I can literally, like, if you were to hold up your phone to the screen with the QR code, I could literally send you some Bitcoin Cash for a fraction of a cent. And this is the whole thing, Max Kaiser. What good is your Bitcoin if the people in the third world country can't use it peer-to-peer? So anyway, I'm here at this big meetup, right? There's like 30 people or something there at this meetup. It's after the Bitcoin Cash conference, Bitcoin Cash City conference, and I missed it, but I was there. And I was like in love with Bitcoin again. It's like when you date a woman and then she does something that's like really sweet, and then you just fall in love with her all over again, you know? Like you're married and that, and then she has a child, and now you love her because you've got this new addition to the family and like this new realm of experience within your relationship, right? So I was this, and so I took what the Bitcoin Cash City founders, right, the people who created the Bitcoin Cash City, the community there, I took that to the Gold Coast. And there was another guy there called First Mill, and he was doing meetups as well, Bitcoin Cash meetups. But again, you're not spending Bitcoin Cash at this meetup. So I says to me, I'm sick of this. So I injured my hand, right? I actually cut through both tendons of my hand, right? And my FTP is gone. I can't move it. But I was going to physiotherapy. Okay. And I'm walking past this cafe, right? And I love the coffee there. I love the toasted sandwiches. You know, I used to eat there. I eat there a lot. But I started noticing that on my appointments that this guy was starting to not open as much as he used to. His opening hours was starting to be reduced. Right. My brain kicked in, my business brain kicked in and thought, I have a business in financial trouble. The reason why he's closing early is because he's not having enough customers to stay open. And that's what happens, you know. So I go up to him and his name's Sonny. And I said, Sonny, I want to help you out. And I'm totally like on the level with him. Sonny, I would love for you to accept Bitcoin Cash, right? And I could bring you customers. I can promote you. You know, it'd be a really good thing for your cafe, because you'll be like the first cafe, Mean Beans Cafe, that accepts Bitcoin Cash. You're going to get tourists. You know, it's just opening up more doors from your competitors. Mm. And he goes, he's Indian sort of thing. And he goes, I don't know about this, you know, and gave me a ton of excuses, right? I bet I virtually had to break his arm to accept it. I said, Sonny, let's do a deal, right? Legally binding deal. I'll hold a meetup. I'll hold a meetup so people will come to your shop. Now, not everyone would use Bitcoin Cash. Some will use, you know, their cards or pay in cash. But I give you my promise, Sonny. Anyone who pays in Bitcoin Cash, I will buy off you dollar for dollar. So if they buy a coffee or they buy a sandwich, whatever the amount is, at the end of the day, think of it as a tab. At the end of the day, whatever it is, I'll pay for it. To me, it's a good deal because I'm getting extra Bitcoin Cash at spot price, right?
Yeah, that's right. It's better than going to an exchange, isn't it?
Yeah, and then for him it's a good deal because he's got more customers through his door, right? So it's a win-win, right? So we have a meetup, right? And it's my first meetup ever. 13 people turned up. 13 people turned up, right? 3 of them used Bitcoin Cash. The rest of them bought some Bitcoin Cash off me and then spent it there. You know what I mean? And then the others just used card because that's what they're normal. And I onboarded like those 13 people all walked away with wallets, safety, how to use your seed phrase and backups, and they learned how to use Bitcoin Cash. They got to saw an actual person use it as payment. And from that meeting, I had a guy that held Bitcoin meetups in Brisbane. He goes to me afterwards. He goes, Jason, would you be a guest host of our meetup in Brisbane? And then I'm out in Brisbane, and there's 87 people there in Brisbane who I'm sharing Bitcoin Cash with, and they like your Solana crew, your XRP crew, all those guys there. And I'm basically got I've created a game called Bitch Please. And basically it's a game where you pass the Bitcoin Cash around. And so one person will get like $10 and then they'll just pass it around to their group, using the shareable link and that sort of stuff. So they all got wallets. They all got like a dollar of Bitcoin Cash. And I said, look, if you're ever down on the Gold Coast, Means Beans Cafe, they accept Bitcoin Cash.
Yeah.
Back to Means Beans. So Means Beans, he at the end of the day, he said, look, don't worry about it. I'll keep it, right? And he's not worried. He still keeps it. So what I'm saying is some people you get them on board by saying, look, if you're scared, I'll underwrite you. Now that could be close of business day or give them 7 days, but you got to put a time limit on. It's like, you know what I mean? Like you got to have a time limit on like by the end of the week at least, because you can't drag it on too much. But what a lot of people do is they'll grab onto your guarantee, and then as you progress with them in education and learning and that, because it's a journey. They get the why, and then they drop off being underwritten and they become their own on their feet. So we have some merchants that are underwritten, close of business day. Some and it's 2.5% or just under 2.5. It's very, very few. Some
of your businesses.
Yeah. Okay. So we've only got very few businesses here, and you've seen how much we've got. Very few are actually underwritten, like totally underwritten. Some will actually hold on to their BCH and then sell some at a later date, or they go and spend it at other merchants. Yep. So there's one merchant that I know. He gets around on average between 18 and 22 BCH a month, right? He goes and spends it at another restaurant. He goes out on a date with his missus and he spends it at his restaurant. I'm talking to this merchant about buying coffee beans from Uganda. And if he does that, if we can get like 20 tons of coffee from Uganda in here, this may be an opportunity to actually self-fund me into being full-time again on Bitcoin Cash. So we're working at a deal there. He's going to roast them. He has roasting facilities and all that sort of stuff there. And so what I'm doing, because he said to me, Jace, it'd be really good if you can get Norco. It'd be really good if you can get all his suppliers on. So with my hairdressers, I've got Pro Hair Supplies, and they supply our hairdressers with, your shampoos, your scissors, your razor blades, all that sort of stuff. So we're trying to build a community and an ecosystem. We've got teachers, we've got doctors, we've got homeschool we've got lots of things. We've got builders, carpenters, aircon guys, solar guys, 2 helicopter companies, a limousine company, a coach company, jet skis, you name it. We've got it. We've got landscaping companies. I mean, we don't have a nursery yet, but yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, like, isn't that is medium of exchange, right? Like, where you can actually go and use it. It's not just about having a cryptocurrency that, yes, can do the high transaction, and Bitcoin Cash can, but all those things that you just listed, that makes so much more sense. Like, so many people I talk to, I've tried to talk to a few people, you get those skeptics of Bitcoin Cash or crypto, and you say, would you like a dollar of Bitcoin Cash or something like that? And I've heard so many people say, so what can I do with it? It's like, well, there you go. That's what it's all about. Hey, being able to spend it, to use it in your everyday life, bricks and mortar. I love it. It's just great. I use Bitcoin Cash occasionally on like Namecheap and getting domains and online orders, but to do it in bricks and mortars for everyday things is just awesome. And I really think, especially food, coffee, those everyday things, all those things, I think, much more so build, faith or confidence in a currency. Like we always talk about confidence that people have in the dollar, but crypto or Bitcoin Cash, that economy growing is going to take a lot more confidence. And every time you do a transaction for something real world, you're helping to build that confidence. And that's what it's going to take. I think we've got a little bit more to go for sure.
You're right.
But what is happening in Townsville is just awesome.
If you've cost average like this year sort of thing, if you go back to, I don't know, because I got an email from one of my merchants, and he's telling me that he's had a 254.16% profit on top of his Bitcoin Cash sales.
Yeah, okay. So, I really think it's turning around, isn't it?
Yeah. So, I mean, people will go, oh, look at the 5-year chart, right? And yes, we had the split, and then people like me didn't know what to do, and I foolishly spent my BCH on mining machines that I never got, right? I was rugged, I was ripped off, right?
Yeah.
But a lot of people were conned thinking that BTC, because it had the brand name, was Bitcoin. Now, the way I view BTC is when you go to Indonesia or Bali and you got some guy there in the markets and they're selling you a Rolex watch, right? And you think you're getting a good Rolex watch, that's BTC.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
It doesn't keep the time, mate. It doesn't keep the time. It's, you go swimming with it, it's going to get broke, right? BCH has for 5 years, even though it's gone down and it's been bouncing on 100 USD, it's got the same fundamentals as BTC. It's faster and more user-friendly. There's no Lightning. There's no join. There's no spending money to get Lightning to spend it cheaply, and then spending more money to get your money off because you were spending it cheaply. You know what I mean? It's none of that. You just do the transaction. Boom, boom, boom. It works out to be less than your bank fees that you actually get if you had a bank account. You know what I mean? I think a normal bank card fee account is like $8 a month or something like that in Australia. So there's all these positives. And when I went to St. Kitts, when I went overseas, I did not touch an American or Caribbean dollar once while list in St. Kitts.
Yeah,
I only touched the American dollar once I was in Miami, because I wanted to have some money because it was a long flight. I needed some money for Miami and LA just to buy some food, to tie me over to get home. 15-hour flight sort of thing. So, I was trying to onboard a backpackers hostel. Nearly got him, but some fool put up some fake information about me, some false things about me on Reddit, and totally just said a whole heap of lies just before I was speaking in St. Kitts. And that guy saw it and didn't trust me. So I got to try and somehow, it's going to take more effort to get that guy on board again, because he doesn't know me from a bar of soap. He read something on the internet and then he's built up a picture of me. But then when he goes around Townsville, he sees the Bitcoin Cash stickers. Like, you can sell a place. You can sell your house with Bitcoin Cash. Here, we've got a real estate agent they'll do it, flat rate realty.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
wow.
So we've got real estate agents, we've got lawyers, we've got accountants. I did my my taxes done with Bitcoin Cash.
Yeah, okay.
I onboarded my accountant because he saw that I was living on Bitcoin Cash, and he said, he looked at my financials and he went, "You haven't done too bad." And so he accepted payment in Bitcoin Cash. So, so going to an accountant to get my taxes done, I've onboarded my accountant.
Yeah, okay, cool. Yep.
Yeah.
Sounds good. I often think about that. You were talking about like the split. And, it was a pretty devastating time for a lot of the Bitcoin Cash community. I wasn't in it. So if that rubs it in for those people that were, but I guess I find it interesting, like it's sort of an interesting social experiment. I think, because it was a split, I think people don't realize the big cost that there was to the community, as in because Bitcoin BTC kept the brand name, and there was a real, the culture sort of shifted that way. And I think because lots of people just went with it, maybe they didn't have a great understanding of economics, and they all sold their crypto, right? All sold their BCH. That did, the price tanked, which is devastating. And I think for many people in hindsight, they might think, "Oh, did it have to be that way?" But I think there's a really good social experiment in that crypto is quite different to, fiat monies, in that even the development team, the whole system is accountable to its users. So I think in hindsight, maybe in 10 years, when this has all played its course, from now on in history, we'll always be able to go back to look at that split, and people will know. They'll know if the devs get corrupted or something like that. We are not beholden to that fork, to that team of development or anything like that. And that's really powerful, I think. So even though I think maybe it can be frustrating that for a lot of people that were in the community that time, I think it will do a lot of good in the long run. Bitcoin Cash, they could have, instead of doing a chain split, they could have done a new Genesis block, and you wouldn't have seen those fluctuations, all that confusion.
That's right.
But by doing a chain split, it's still a continuation, and it still rewards. Ultimately, it will reward those businesses that kept with the right chain. We just have to be patient, I think, and I think it will play out well in the end. And we're starting to see that now. I think the maxis have dumped all the coins they can. So could be wrong, but I think it's pretty. I think it's exciting days ahead.
There is. Look, this is me. Look, I'm. Look, the only thing. Look, I don't care if you got both BTC, BCH. I do, right? I've got both BTC and BCH, right? During COVID, I converted 0.6 of a BTC into BCH to live off. Groceries, that sort of stuff, rent, the whole works. Because they shut us down, right? You can have BTC and you can have BCH, but what I find is if you look at the GFC, what happened at GFC, everyone remembered what happening. We had Cyprus going down. We had the banks, closing for the weekend or for one day, and then it turned into like they were starting to restrict money. Look at what's happening to America now. Look what happened in Japan, China. We've got a building bust over China. I think Evergrande or whatever is going to be like bigger than what happened during the GFC. But all the smart people, right? They started using Bitcoin, right, as a way of transferring, as paying and protecting their wealth. So yeah, BTC is great, but what I find is once people get into BTC, they'll naturally then flow on to BCH. And BCH is a currency for both the first world and the third world. For $100, right? If you went back to November, December, $100, right, could get you one full BCH, right? That one full BCH, what's the price of Bitcoin now? It's Bitcoin Cash.
We're in Aussie as well, everyone.
Yeah, I'll do American. You can do Aussie. Right. So Australian, it's $383.30. In American, on Kraken, I'm talking with. In America, it's $243.95. So if you bought one BCH for $100 USD back in when I was in St. Kitts, so that taxi driver, when I was in St. Kitts, he's more than doubled his money in fiat currency if he held on to it, right? Right. So I said this from a long time. I think the 100 USD is basically the floor of BCH because we've got a core community that just live off it, that just use it. I mean, that'd be the worst case scenario. Supply and demand will be the community like myself that use it, live off it. It's going to hit. It gets 100 USD, guys. Buy it because it's not going to go to zero because we know what it's like for us to be shut down, right? So you got St. Kitts looking at and making it legal tender, and St. Martin's, right? They playing around with the idea. You had Max Kaiser talking about El Salvador accepting BTC. And he said something interesting. He said that the only way that America could really get out of its troubles that it is basically to stop printing money. And things are going to be pretty bad. But if they took on Bitcoin Cash, he didn't say that. He was pumping BTC. But I think it would be smarter for America to take BCH because it's faster, cheaper to use. You don't need Chevo wallet or whatever it is, Lightning Satoshi or whatever it is. That's basically a custodial wallet. Then America would open itself to both the third world and the first world country, being basically instant transaction, maximum 10 minutes for it to confirm on the blockchain. Where was I going for this? I was going somewhere and I've lost my train of thought.
But if the US allowed it, though, I mean, it already is allowed. We still have to build that confidence through communities, right? It still takes.
I'm telling
organic thing,
dude. If any government said, "Look, we're back in BCH as legal tender, right, as our currency," that's your confidence. People trust. People see this is my wallet, man. That's my wallet. This is my, people trust fiat currency. Have you got $10 or something on you, Bubba? There we go. People trust this. Why do I trust this? What confidence do I have in this? Right? This thing buys less than what it did even 10 years ago. Right?
Yeah, but your confidence in it, if you think about it, isn't because the government put their seal on it. Your confidence is because you can go out tomorrow and buy your coffee with it. That's what brings the confidence. I think that's what Bitcoiners or BTC is. That's what they miss. building up that confidence through relationships, through trade. It takes time. It's an organic thing. So we'll get there, but it's not a quick fix, I suppose.
When you come here, you will be using Bitcoin Cash as if it's tap and go.
Yeah, I'm sure it will be.
That's what it is. You know, if we can get our damn merchants to keep their tablets charged, that will be you know. But I'm working on that. So, you're talking about adoption. So when you're adopting your cafe or merchant, take note of what kind of point of sale system they have, right? If they've got a tablet, say that they're using for Square, video for doing is turn up bandwidth, so say bandwidth. I do join Cash Rain is changing my. You there, Duncan? I can't hear you, mate. Okay, yeah, I can't see your screen for some reason. So if you were to, I'm talking about merchants. So there's this one merchant, and they have regular Bitcoin Cash transactions, but the staff keeps using the cable to charge their phones with it.
Oh no!
Like,
okay,
dude, it's what are you doing? Stop charging your phone with the charging cable for your tablet, right?
Yeah, okay.
So anyway,
they need more people. If people were actually spending it, coming and saying,
well, this is
I
the
need
thing.
To pay for it.
I know this guy. I know that the slowest month they had was about 5 BCH, bit over 5 BCH, and that was a slow month. Yeah.
Okay.
So this is a real popular spot. There are 6 merchants in this location that accept Bitcoin Cash, right? And I go there, eat. I love their steak and stuff like that. It's a place where you can get a good feed, Yeah. But the staff keep unplugging it. But this is the thing. They have a Square terminal now, right? They've got this terminal like a tablet there.
Yeah.
So if it's Square or they've got Lightspeed, but they might have a tablet for Lightspeed instead of a little thing like that. If they've got a tablet, you can just put the register app on the tablet, right? That way it's always charged. Then you teach the owner and the staff, this is how you do a Bitcoin Cash transaction. Now, if they're doing Square so we got a merchant, Angelfish Dragonfly, and they are big on account keeping records, right? Very big, very like down to the minute cent, right? So they use Square. So what I did is I helped them create a Bitcoin Cash button, right? They just call it Bitcoin button, right? So they got a Bitcoin Cash button. So all their Bitcoin Cash transactions is brought up on that, and it designated in their accounting software that it's a promotional sale, right? It's a promotional sale. So they can allocate it for taxes, right?
Yeah, okay.
Then they bring it up on their they zoom out of that app that they're in, the Square terminal, and then they bring up the Bitcoin Cash payment terminal, and then they enter it in, and then you do the payment. So now you've got a record of the transaction, right, on Square for your accountant, and then you've got the other record on the blockchain, right, of the transaction. So they both marry in together. So when you go and do your taxes, right, your till will match up. Your till will match because what you don't want is your till not to match your daily takings. You know what I'm saying? So the till matches, and then, what's Bitcoin Cash transaction is separated for all their tax purposes, So whether they get for when they see the accountant. So that's how you do it. So that way I don't have to worry about their terminal going flat because they're just using the one device. So with this merchant I'm talking about is they've got more than one device. If every second person was paying in Bitcoin Cash, it would be fully charged. I get that. We are in its infancy. You know, we need more people using it. A lot of people that do use it here don't use it enough for that staff member for the people to say, oh, we can't have this go flat, you know?
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
yeah.
Yep.
Mm.
Sounds good. Oh, well, I'll hopefully I can help fix that when I'm there next year.
Well, if you need
Jason,
a couple of places to stay on Bitcoin Cash, I can hook you up. You know, the Oasis Inn, the Oasis Inn, that you got no problem there. They got family rooms down to single suites. They got a restaurant downstairs.
Powered sites, caravan powered sites. Got any there?
Caravan sites? No, I've got a caravan company that can sell you a caravan. The caravans. That's a good point. I might actually go and see if I can onboard a caravan site. So yeah, I haven't got a caravan site, so I'll do that.
Good goal. Hey, Jason, I think we should wrap up because we've been over an hour. So that's great. It's great to hear from you. Thanks for your time. I guess maybe one thing I want to sort of leave with people, we were talking about underwriting. And I know I've gone out at times and I've gone onto exchange and I've bought Bitcoin Cash because I believe in it. But what a great way to get it instead. Instead, if viewers that are listening, you know, instead of going to the exchange just buying it, go and find someone, onboard someone, and share, you know, your philosophy, your view on what Bitcoin Cash is, your own story. We're not special. Jason and I doing this. You can do this, and if they're really concerned and they think it's risky, offer to underwrite it. That you'll pay for the Bitcoin Cash, so to take the risk out of it. You get Bitcoin Cash, so that's a win, and they get more customers. What a great way! And then there's one extra business that you can spend your Bitcoin Cash one time. After perhaps then you're not underwriting them anymore. Yeah.
Well, this is the thing. Like, if you have a meetup there, it's a great way to get extra ones. But the thing is once you go on board one guy, you can go to the next place, right? You start with services that you know that you would use, right?
Yeah.
And that you got a chance that other people would use, you know what I mean? Like your groceries, your cafes, you know, that sort of stuff. You know, you start with what will people commonly use. Like cafes are easier one. Cafes and hairdressers, they are easy, you know, because like they get cash, you know, they get cash anyway. And so Bitcoin Cash, you know, cash is king. Bitcoin Cash is digital cash, you know. Except there's only limited edition of this cash. So they sort of get it. It's more easier for them because the only thing that they lose really is their labor, you know, especially our owner-occupied establishment. They are easier to get on board. But yeah, you then you take the sticker that you put on one place and go, well, this place down the road, they accept Bitcoin Cash. You know what I mean? So then you got two. And then you got three, you know what I mean? And they go, well, we got a couple of places here, and you can go overseas and spend it, and then you give them the guarantee if they're sheepish, and then when you have your meetups, it's not just one place; it's two places and three places, and then it keeps growing from there.
Yep. Sounds like a plan. Good goal. All right, well, we might leave it there, Jason. Really value your time. It's great to do another episode. We perhaps will do more. I would like to.
Let's make this a regular thing.
Yeah, okay, sounds good. Yeah, there's plenty more to talk about. So thanks for those that tuned in, and until next time.